Well, the time has come. Unpackage this and see what happened. I'm not holding my breath on this one. First time I've done forged carbon. So we'll just have to see. It didn't seem to take as long as I thought. Less for you on the time lapse. So I'm not really holding my breath for this being absolutely gorgeous. So it's the first time doing forged carbon. So I'm expecting a few dry spots. I'll tell you what, I'm not that disappointed. Let's do it under the light. Got a couple of dry spots. Balance this. There's one little air pocket there and a couple of dry spots just there. But a bit of a polish up and a trim. Not bad for the first attempt. So I want to do this next. And get this panel we spoke about. We didn't speak about it. I did yesterday. So just hope I made it thick enough now. So we'll need that panel and this one. Coffee. Oh dear. Right. Clear that mess up. So yeah, sorry about the noise behind. A bit chilly today. So I've trimmed that. Now I need to work out how we're going to fit it to there. Because when it was the original dash, this wasn't flat. There was something else here. A hole maybe. So I've made this shape and probably screwed myself over in the process, but I think we need to do a bit more trimming, maybe take this bottom bit off so it fits more down to here. So I think we'll just keep taking bits off until we get where we need to be. trimmed all those edges off and then took the bottom off as well. I'm thinking it doesn't need to go all the way down there. You only have to have the switch gear up here anyway. So just need to work out how I'm going to make the tabs fit on here to bolt it. But already that's looking better than a gaping hole in the middle of here. Right, we'll investigate further. Same old, forgot to put the camera on. So I've just cut a piece to fit the bottom there. Obviously this isn't how it will be finished, we'll get all that body worked up. I just put some super glue down the bottom there. So my current line of thought is we'll put an ear on that edge, and we'll put 2 bolts in the top, and then same down the bottom. I think a couple of ears down the bottom, or a line, a return across the bottom, a couple of bolts in the bottom. Give me a minute to think and we'll come back. So I think while we're just waiting for the panel downstairs, we'll quickly make a grill. So that's part 1, or part A. The black pigment that goes with that. Just give that a good mix in, so it obviously goes white, grey, goes through a whole range of colours, beautiful. Oh, sorry. I think we should both, it's assuming there's 2 people watching, I think we'll all be surprised Well, we're all going to find out how this actually played out. I'm kind of hoping it worked amazing. Can you hear that? That's birds running over the roof. I'm hoping this works because there's an awful lot of silicone involved in this. And if it didn't, well, let's go in the builder start again. Can you still see? Yeah. So I hope when we pull this off that I should have a thin layer of silicone. I can just pop back in the jacketed mould. If not, just have to re-pour it. Yeah, it wasn't thick enough, it's ripped it. I didn't think it would be. Yeah, the top section wasn't thick enough. Oh well. You can't win them all. Having said that, we might be able to salvage something out of it. Or not. I'll come back in a minute, you don't want to see a grown man cry. So I've got all these bits glued on. What I'll do now is just give these a bit of a shape. And then we'll go upstairs and fiberglass all this together. Then sand it off flat. And start marking holes and making it all smooth and nice. Ready to get a mould off that. It's just sanding again. I'll bring you back in a minute. So sanded off, glued on, sanded off. I'll now go upstairs, we'll just reinforce these areas, reshape this bit here, and then I think we'll dummy it up how it would be on there. I think we'll dummy it up how it should be on the car, and then we'll just take it up, show the guy and see what he thinks. Not being one to hide from my failures, my mistakes. That grill we made this morning, or in that last shot whenever this goes out, I just broke it. The mould had broke at some point, the silicone had ripped, and I But I looked at repairing it, and what I'd looked into suggested that if I was to super glue it back together, everything would be fine. Absolutely no problem. That's just not true. That's not how it is at all. The plastic got stuck down the joint that wasn't completely joined. Came to pull it out, it just did this. Stuck the resin to it. Now this one's been on the cards for being useless for a little while. Every time we do a pull on it, they all pull out a bit worse and a bit worse and a bit worse. So I've decided to make an executive decision and make a new grill. But as ever, nothing is straightforward in this shop. A single layer of this isn't enough. It just either breaks getting it out of the mould, or you put it on the car, look at it the wrong way, and it breaks again. So you have to double it up. Last time, I think I didn't have enough of this. So I had a sheet of plastic behind, and then I went round with a Dremel and cut each hole out individually. Well, I've just found some more. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. But I've got enough, I think, to marry these two up, epoxy them together, and then that will double my thickness, and I'll have a nicer join in the centre. So that's what we'll do. So I did a quick test with some mitre bond, and whilst it feels okay, I'm just concerned that there'll be a gap in between these two. It won't release. So I think what I'm going to do is quickly scuff that, mix up some 2-part epoxy, smear that across the top, drop the two together, put some weight on it and leave it. Not fussed about all these straggly bits either. We'll get them out when it's all excuse me, when it's all dried. Find the board and put some weight on it. Look at that, it's like it's made for it. That'll do nicely.